maybe because I was raised in it, it's an unconscious thing that I don't even think about, but I don't feel like it has like a huge part to play.
There is fashion sense, but I wouldn't say modern, because of some of those kind of things that I feel are still very conservative.
With trends that we have going on right now, I don't think there is a huge influence on like the runway. I don't think the designers keep in mind the church at all.
I do think there is, because you do see a lot of women on the internet and stuff right now who just know how to be modest and be very fashionably modest.
The only rule that I would know of would be modesty.
Yeah, I don't know if there is specific rules or if it's more of like just a formality of what people choose to wear.
To be perfectly honest, I don't think like the church rarely has like guidelines as like this is how you should dress kind of stuff. There's nothing in the catechism that gives me like measurements like this many inches or above your knee or below your knee or something like that, right?
Whenever I sing in church, my dad's always like, you can't wear ripped jeans, like you look gross.
Jeans without rips, if you are wearing jeans.
I wouldn't wear my jeans that are completely torn all the way up to my thigh.
I was told when I was younger that you could wear whatever you want as long as you bring your heart to the mass.
So I think there's just like a little bit of a, just kind of try. That's all I really think it is.
I don't think it matters if you're wearing a long skirt versus a mini skirt. I think those women are still the same amount of feminine.
I think that the same way that the church may feel that wearing dresses and florals and like that kind of thing is showing your feminine side, that's like the same to me, like completely.
To me, being feminine doesn't necessarily mean wearing skirts and dresses and pink and traditionally stereotypical feminine pieces. But I feel like with the church's strong history of stereotypical femininity, I think they still sort of at least give off that portrayal that that's what they think women should be wearing.
Like the Virgin Mary, she is the most perfect example, not only of women, but of like human. And I think that like her brand of femininity, absolutely like in line with mine. Absolutely, yes. I was wearing a black dress, very, very, very covered. Like you couldn't even see my collarbone kind of stuff. And I guess it was a little bit too short for this woman, or maybe my figure was just too great for her or something. And she's like, well, maybe you should cover up with your boyfriend's jacket. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Not for what I was wearing, but for my tattoos. I've definitely had a few comments from parts of the community.
Yes. My grandmother specifically, she like the rips in your jeans, and me and my cousin, whenever we wear dark red lipstick, she calls us floozies.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I walked into St. Thomas Aquinas, and there's only one other lady that wears a mantilla. Everyone just turns their heads, which usually happens anyway, but like they all followed me like to my pew, and to the point where my dad was like, are you wearing that wrong?
I think the church would think I'm kind of scandalous. Or I would say free-spirited, because I think they would want to be a bit more positive. I still think they would think I'm pretty wild.
Like mostly they would completely approve. Because nothing's too wild.
The church is the bride of Christ, so I think she'd be like, yeah, keep doing what you're doing.